Welcome to this Blackpool Music School video all about the Cigar box guitar. In this video I am tuned G, D, G, but any tuning is fine. C, G, C, D, A, D, A, E, A. Any tuning is fine, you'll just be playing in a different key to me. But as long as it's got this fretboard and you're tuned that way, these techniques will work. So I'm going to show you now how to play other chords rather than the open G chord in a one chord boogie, blues boogie. So let's get started. You will notice when we did it before, it was an open string. Okay, the G was like this. Now this is G because this open string is a G. So your finger, your first finger, is going to be replaced that. So if we were to play this in A, that's 2 frets down because that's G sharp, this is A. A. So you have the second fret of the string nearest your chin and the one nearest the floor. Yeah, okay, so instead of that, you've got this. And that means you're in A. If you were at the 4th fret, that would be B, at the 5th fret, that would be C, and so on the chromatic scale. So this is now the A. That replaces this. So now, if you imagine we left a gap of 2 frets and then did the, okay, gap. So your first finger was here, the gap would be 2, then the, okay, so if it's here, you leave a gap of 2, so you'll be hitting the 5th and the 7th. Okay, so that would be in A because this is the A. These 2 fingers are replacing the bridge there. So when you do it in G, okay, you've got that sound. So now you leave a gap of 2 from where your fingers are. So if we were to do it at A again there, gap of 2 frets, 5, 7. And that's how it works. So these 2 fingers replace this knot here, and the gap you leave in between where your first finger presses is the gap you leave. So it's like this. So if you wanted to play a C chord, the C note is found at the 5th fret. So your first and second finger go on the G strings, the one nearest your chin and the one nearest the floor at the 5th fret, number 5. And you do the first bar like this. Now that is 8 and 10 because the 5th is there, leave a gap of 2, that note, then leave a gap of 1, then that note. Okay, so that is where that's found there. The 5th fret is C. So that is the 8th and the 10th of the strings nearest your chin for the second part of the 2-bar chord progression. So 2-bar chord progression, yes. And that's all you have to do. You need to know the name of the chord you want to play, and whichever note that is on the top string, that's the one you start with. Then you leave a gap of 2 frets, play the next fret, leave a gap of 1 and play the fret after that. Hence why in A it was here. in the key of C. Again, A very slowly. C. See, it's that principle. So if you were to play in the key of D, the D note is found at the 7th fret, and you put one finger on the string nearest your chin and one on the nearest the floor, and you play the first bar like that. Okay, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Again, that is the 10th and the 12th, 10 and 12 of the string nearest your chin. Because that's your opening note, the 7th fret. Gap of 2, gap of 1, and that's how you can move up and down. All you need to know is the chromatic scale. The chromatic scale is all the notes. It's not like the major or the minor. So going from the 1st fret, it would be G would be open, G sharp or A flat at the 1st, A at the 2nd, and so on going up the fretboards. If you pull out the chromatic scale, you'll see what it is. So if you were tuned in a different tuning, you just start from a different point to me. But that's how you can make this pattern work up and down the neck. With a bit of practice, you can even play it with the slide on your middle finger. I use the middle finger, you use whichever finger is best for you, but I use the middle one. So this time you use your 1st and your 3rd finger to play the 2nd fret. That sort of thing. That's the type of thing. So if we were to do C again at the 5th fret, that type of thing, you leave the gap of 2 and this slide is instead of your 1st and your 3rd finger. And that's how you can play with other, shall we say, chords in a song and still keep that blues riff going. So I hope you found this video useful. If you have, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Blackpool Music School. The more thumbs up we get and the more subscribers we get, the more videos we will post. So until next time, take care, keep practicing, keep playing, and as always, goodbye.